Good morning, my students. You're welcome to the English class. We will just take some revision of what we did in our last class. In our last class, we considered some figures of speech and other literary devices. And we did say that a figure of speech is what? I hope you can still remember that it is an expression that means something different from the literal meaning or from the literal presentation of what is being written. Example, it's raining cats and dogs. You would know that cats and dogs do not fall from the sky in form of rain. That what that expression means that it is raining heavily. Now, I did mention some other figures of speech, such as what? Yes? Can you tell me? We have what? The simile, the metaphor, we have onomatopoeia, we have alliteration, assonance, we did talk about oxymoron, hyperbole, euphemism, we did talk about pun, and other figures of speech. We did mention repetition. So we would proceed today to something different. We would look at the features of some of the genres of literature. We'll look at prose. We did say that a prose is what? Is a genre of literature that is concerned with what? Storytelling. A branch of literature that deals with telling stories. Now, you have it in your novels. There are novels that you read and they are all stories. And I did say that they can either be fiction or non-fiction. It is fiction when it is not real. People just invent ideas and the characters and events to write the story. But it is non-fiction when the story is a true life story. It is what might have happened to someone, and then the person uses it to write the story for people to read. Now, there are features of prose. One, we have characterization. We have the style, we have the plot, we have the setting, and then we have the language. Now, what do we mean by characterization? Characterization here refers to the characters used in writing the story, the people in the story which the writer uses to present his ideas or the events. Like in some stories, you see the names of people, and also animals can also be used as characters in a story. Like you read some stories and you see that maybe the tortoise is one of the characters performing a role in that story. That is what we mean by characterization. So the next one is the style. The style here refers to the choice of words in which the author adopts in writing his novel. There are some stories that are written in simple language, meaning that simple English language is being used, simple grammar is being used. Because there are some authors who use grammars that are vague and it becomes possible for the reader to understand. So the diction is always the style. It could be simple or it could be complex, especially stories for secondary school students, novels for secondary school students and primary school students is always written in a simple language. The next one we have is the setting. Sorry, is a plot. Now, the plot is the arrangement of events in the story or in a novel. The way events are being arranged in an orderly manner in a novel. That is what a plot means. You know, you have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and all those chapters, they come with different events. Now we have the setting. The setting. The setting here means the location in which a story is being written. For example, there's a novel titled Purple Hibiscus. Purple Hibiscus has its setting in the southeast, specifically the Enugu State. Enugu State. That is where the setting of that novel is. And you also have other novels that you've been reading that the setting is in Akwa Ibom. Example, you have Perils of Misconduct. In Perils of Misconduct, you would find out that the setting is in this part, is in Akwa Ibom, specifically, the setting is at the Ibibio axis. That is where the setting of Perils of Misconduct is. Now, we have another one. Okay, this one here, the language here. Some authors use figures of speech, makes use of figures of speech, such as all the figures of speech which we had mentioned earlier. Then we have the theme. The theme here is the main idea in which the author is writing about. Maybe you read a novel and the novel centers on corruption, or you read another one and it centers on hatred, it centers on love, it centers on success, every novels have different themes. It could be on the theme of leadership, theme of authority, theme of power, whatever. So that is the theme. The theme means the main idea in which the story is all about. Now, you must take note that a novel is written in chapters. It is written in chapters, not verses. And maybe those chapters are being arranged into different paragraphs. Now, the person who writes a novel is called what? Yes, can someone remind me? Okay, it's called an author or a novelist. An author or a novelist. The writer of a prose is called an author or a novelist. So we now move to another branch of literature. Let's take drama. Let's take drama and its characters. What did we say a drama is? Drama is a branch of literature that is being acted on stage. Usually, before it's being acted on stage, it is being written. A script writer writes the script first before the action is being performed on stage. Now, in drama, we have different features of drama. One, we have the stage, we have the actors and actresses, have the audience. We have costumes. We have mining. We have the director. Yes, can someone mention another one for me? We have the acts and scenes. Okay, let's take the first one, the stage. Now, before we go to the first feature, remember that a drama is usually acted in a theater. A theater is a place where dramas are being acted. Now, not just being acted on stage only. You have drama in form of the movies you watch. Those are it is part of drama. Now, we have Now, we have another, a stage is an elevated part in the audience where the actors and actresses stay to act for the audience to watch. So, the stage is also one of the features of drama. We have actors and actresses. Actors and actresses are the people who performed this drama for the audience to watch. They are the ones who now act what is being written or what was written in the script, on the script for the audience to watch. Now, the third one is the audience. The audience. The audience here are the people who sit to watch the actors, who sit to watch the performance. So that is what we call the audience. You now sitting in your house or wherever to watch me, you are my audience because you are watching me and then you're also paying attention to what I am saying. So the same thing applies in drama. Now we have costumes. What are costumes? You know that in movies that you watch, you see some actors or actresses with different wears. They have different attires. Some of them wear traditional wears that makes them look like or that makes them depict a particular part that they are acting. Some of them wear kings or queen's attire to make them look like a queen or a king. Then some of them make use of warriors regalia. Those are all costumes which makes them look like what they are acting. Some of them, you see some actors, they make use of maybe a father's robe to make them depict the part they are acting. Now we go to miming. Miming. What is miming? What do you understand by miming? Miming refers to acting without sound, without speech. You only act without saying anything. No sound is required from you, no speech, no talking, nothing. It's just the gestures that you make. You have been miming songs in your church or in the school when we act dramas. So that is miming. Now, we have another one. We have the director. The director here is the person who coordinates the affairs of acting. It is the director who oversees the actors and actresses and tells them what and what to do on stage and how the drama or play should be ordered. Now we have acts and scenes. Number 7, we have acts and scenes. Acts and scenes. What do we mean by acts? These are the pieces of actions that happens at a particular time. The actions that are presented at a particular point in time when the drama is on. We have another one, soliloquy. Number 8, soliloquy. Soliloquy is not soliloquy or soliloquy. Soliloquy here means that soliloquy soliloquy here means talking to yourself without talking to anybody. It's just a speech that you made by yourself. You're not talking to anyone. So during acting, you find out that you find out that an actor or an actress just stands back at the stage and talks to him or herself only without addressing anybody. That is what we mean by soliloquy. Then we have the dialogue. Dialogue here refers to a speech between two persons talking to someone and the person responds. You have a dialogue. Dialogue means you're talking to someone. So you find out that on stage, while the drama is on, you see 2 or 3 persons just dialoguing among themselves, talking to themselves. That is a dialogue. Now, we will go to another branch of literature, which is what? Remember that we have 3 branches of literature or 3 genres of literature, which are prose, poetry, and drama. Now we go to the third one. The third one is poetry. All say poetry, not poetry. It's not pronounced as poetry, it's poetry. Remember that poetry is a branch of literature or a genre of literature that deals with poems. Now, these poems are being written using imaginative language. Poems are imaginative. Poems are being, okay, let me explain in a way you would understand. Now, poetry presents different types of moods. It presents maybe the mood of joy, love, sadness, sorrow, hope, frustration, and so many other emotions. Now, what poetry does is to use an imaginative language in writing out these different moods. For example, you have a dirge or an elegy, which is one of the types of prose. Now, the dirge is a kind of poem that laments the dead. It's a sorrowful poem that is written to express one's sorrow or one's frustration or one's loss over the dead or the loved one. Now, what language or what words What choice of words do you think the writer would use? So what the writer does is that the writer tries to present that his or his or her emotions, imagining the language that would suit his mood at that time, or depending on the situation he or she finds him or herself. So that is what we mean by poetry. Poetry uses imaginative language to express feelings. Now, we have types of poetry. One, we have the dirge or elegy. Dirge slash elegy. Like I said, it is a mournful poem that is written to mourn the dead. Usually, one loses his or a loved one and then laments over the person. We have another one. We have the epic. We have the epic. Now, the epic is a long traditional poem that is written It is a traditional poem that is written about the achievements of past legends or of past people who were involved in adventures. It is a poem that narrates what they might have achieved when they were alive. So it tells you about the past people, the past maybe warriors, and it tries to write in order to appreciate what they did or the strength which they had when they were alive. Then we have now we have another one. We have the lyric. Lyrics. Lyrics are just words that are used to express personal feelings. So it is just the main idea now of poetry, which uses imaginative language to express feelings and emotions. So that is what a lyric is. So you can express love, disappointment, whatever mood, whatever feeling you wish to express, you can express it. And then those words that you use in expressing the feelings is what is called lyrics. The words used in expressing feelings is lyrics. Now, we have another feature. Features of poetry. Features of poetry. One, we have language. We have language. Now, language here refers to the diction or the choice of words in which the writer uses in writing his poems. Example, you have simple English and complex language, simple language and complex language. The writer may also choose to use some poetic devices which are simple. Now we have rhyme. Rhyme. Now, rhyme refers to the similarity of sounds and at the end of words in a line. Similarity of sounds or words that sound similar at the end to another word in another line. Example, you have this excerpt. By his word I boast. By his word I boast, from coast to coast. From coast to coast, giving him my toast. Giving him my toast. Giving him my toast as the Lord of hosts. As the Lord of hosts. Now you would find out that by his word I boast. Boast is the last word and this on this line. Then the second line says from coast to coast. We have coast as the word at the end. And now coast here rhymes with the first word rhymes with the word at the end of line 1, which is boast. And then you have giving him my toast, that's line 3. And toast here rhymes with coast and boast. That is, it sounds similar with coast and boast. And then you have as the Lord of hosts. So you find out that all these words at the end of these lines, of the 4 lines, all have the same rhyme. So this is what we mean by rhyme. Then we have rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme here refers to the pattern in which words sound alike at the end of the lines. Now, example, you have beat me to weep and I will weep. You have this. Beat me to weep while I have eyes to see. While I have eyes to see. A heart to weep for thee. Now, I did say that a rhyme scheme refers to the patterning of the sounds at the end of words. Sorry, at the end, the ending sounds. Sorry for that break. That a rhyme scheme refers to the pattern of rhymes at the end of lines. Now, this excerpt here we have says, beat me to weep. Beat me to weep. And in rhyme scheme, what we do is that we assign alphabets to them, to the ones that sound similar. Now, we say beat me to weep. I will assign alphabet letter A to it. And the second line says, while I have eyes to see, weep and see, do not rhyme. They do not sound alike. So I would label the word C with alphabet letter B. And then I go to the third line, and having none yet, I will keep. So you find out that keep rhymes with what? With whip. You'll find out that keep rhymes with whip. So the first alphabet letter we had for the first line was what? Alphabet letter A. So we now bring letter A to keep, showing you that it sounds alike with whip. Then we go to the fourth line. A hat to whip for thee. A hat to whip for thee. Thee is the ending word on the fourth line. Now, we would say, you would find out that thee rhymes with the word C. And C was labeled with what? With alphabet letter B. So we now bring B. We label it as B because it sounds with the one that has letter B labeled to it. Now, the rhyme scheme here is A, B, A, B. There are some that have up to 4 or 5 rhyme schemes. You have A, B, C, D, E, C, D, E, E, depending on the length of the poem. So our class is ended now. So please invite the other students to join you. Your assignment will be posted on this platform, on WhatsApp. Endeavor to do your assignments and send them in via WhatsApp. Thank you, and do have a nice day.